Welcome to the video lectures on fluid mechanics. In this video, we are going to study a power absorbed in viscous flow. Right? This is the module on laminar and turbulent flow. In this, we will be studying about power absorbed in the viscous flow. Right? Now, we will consider an example of viscous flow, that is oil in between a bearing. We will be considering an example of viscous flow, that is oil in between a bearing. Right. If we offer an oil which is having a greater viscous, let us assume the oil in between the bearing has a greater viscosity. Right. If it is a greater viscous fluid which is in between the bearing, the power required to turn the bearing in between that thing is very high. The power absorbed or the power loss will be very high because of the greater resistance offered by the oil for bearing. Right? So, if we say we are using a light oil, and if the space in between the bearing is filled with a light oil, then there is a possible of more wear on the two surface. There is a possible wear of more wear on the two surface. Hence, whenever we choose oil, there should be a correct viscous, right? If it is a higher viscous fluid, the resistance offered by the viscous fluid will be very high, so there will be a lot of power losses. If the viscosity of oil is very low, that is light oil, then the space in between the bearing will not be completely filled with the oil, so the wear will be more. So whenever we choose an oil, it should have a correct viscous, neither light or nor high there. Right. So the power absorbed in the viscous, power required to overcome the viscous resistance is determined by three cases. One is the viscous resistance of the journal bearing, second is the viscous resistance of the footstep bearing, third is the viscous resistance of a collar bearing. In this video, we are going to study in detail how the power is being absorbed or power required to overcome this viscous only in the journal bearing. Right. Now, what we have done, we have considered a shaft of radius capital R and the diameter of this shaft, let us say the diameter of this shaft is capital T, is rotating in a journal bearing. The clearance of this, that is the shaft and the bearing, is filled with an oil having viscosity mu. This is the oil here, oil film. Right? This is the oil film. This is the oil film here, is filled with an oil of having viscosity mu. Right? The oil film is in contact with the shaft rotating at the same speed as that of shaft while the oil film is in contact with the journal bearing, and this journal bearing is stationary here. Right? Now, thus the viscous resistance offered by the oil to the rotating shaft will be finding out. Now we shall assume N is the speed of shaft. This is in RPM. Right? Then T, this is the T here. T is nothing but the thickness of oil film. Right? Then I will take this distance as L. That is, the L is the length of oil film. Length of oil film. Length of oil film. Now I can write the angular speed. Now we can write angular speed omega. I'll write this as the angular speed is equals to, I can write as angular speed as 2 pi n divided by 60. That is angular speed is 2 pi n divided by 60 here, right? N is the speed of shaft here. Now I can write the tangential speed of a shaft or a linear speed of a shaft. I will write tangential speed of shaft is nothing but angular speed into radius, right? Omega into r, or else I can write this is a linear speed. I can write as v. V is equals to, it is the omega is what, 2 pi n divided by 60, and r is nothing but d by 2. So I can write v is the angular speed, this is the tangential speed, v is nothing but of the linear speed, that is pi d n divided by 60, because this 2 and 2 get cancels out. So it is pi d n by 60 here. Now the shear stress of oil is given by tau, is the shear stress. Tau is equals to mu into du by dy here. In this, what is du by dy? Du by dy is nothing but the change in velocity by change in distance. So I can write du by dy is nothing but the v1 minus v2 here, v1 minus v2. v1 I will take as a v2 minus v1, that is initial velocity and final velocity. Final velocity I will take it as just v, and initial velocity is 0 divided by dy. dy is what? Is the distance. Here the distance is nothing but the thickness t. So I will write as v minus v divided by t is nothing but du by dy, right? So I can write tau, I will write it here, tau is equals to mu into v by t, right? Now what is v? V is nothing but pi dn by 60 here, right? So I will write mu into pi dn divided by 60 into t, right? This is nothing but the shear stress here, right? Now shear, you have found out the shear stress. What will be the shear force? Shear force, or I can write this one as the or viscous resistance. Viscous resistance is nothing but tau into area of shaft surface. This area of shaft surface is nothing but the area of the shaft which is in contact with the fluid. Here you can see the fluid which, or the oil film which is in contact with the shaft is nothing but the circumference of the shaft. That is a circumferential area here. So area becomes, that is pi d into length, right? That is the circumferential length. Pi d is the circumference of a shaft here, into length is the circumferential area of the shaft which is in contact with the fluid or the oil here, right? So area I can write as pi d into L. So this I will write tau is equals to, shear force, I will write F is the shear force. F is equals to, this is tau, we got mu into pi dn divided by 60 into t, right? Into area is pi d is the circumference of a shaft there, into L will be the thing here. So I will get this one as F is equals to mu into pi square d square n L divided by 60 into t, right? This is what we have. But what is power? Power P, power absorbed P is nothing but 2 pi nt divided by 60 into 1000 for kilowatt. But here we don't know the torque, right? To find out torque, I'll write it here. To find out torque is nothing but the viscous resistance into radius, right? It is force into perpendicular distance, right? That is the force here is the shear force or the viscous resistance, right? It is not, I'll write viscous into, it is the radius, that is I'll write as d by 2, right? Viscous resistance we know it is nothing but mu into pi into mu pi square d square n l divided by 60 t into d by 2 is nothing but the torque here. So I will directly substitute in this value, that is power here, that is 2 pi n divided by 60 into torque, I will write as mu pi square d square into d becomes d cube into n l divided by 60 into t, right? 60 into t here, right? Now into 2 I'll write it as directly 120 into 2 we have, so I'll write it as 120 into t here, right? So at the end I'll get this as right. Now I'll write I'll write it as 60 into 2 only. So 2 get cancels here. I'll write the remaining term, that is mu into pi square becomes pi cube d cube n into n square l divided by 60 into t. This is in terms of watts, right? This is the formula to find out power absorbed in a journal bearing or the viscous resistance in the journal bearing here, right? The formula is, the power absorbed will be mu pi cube d cube n square l divided by 60 into 60. We shall take one numerical on this. Yeah, the numerical is like this: a shaft having a diameter of 50 mm rotates centrally in a journal bearing having a diameter of 50.15 here, right? Here in this question what he has given, he has given the diameter d is equals to 50 mm, right, which is nothing but diameter, it is 0.05 meter here, right? And then rotate centrally in a journal bearing having a diameter of 50.15, right? Let us write that one as d dash. D dash is the diameter of the journal bearing, that is 50.15 mm. It is nothing but 0.05015 meter. It's 0.05015 meter. After that what is given, and the length is 100 mm. What is this length? This length is nothing but the length of oil film, that is 100 mm here. It is nothing but 0.1 meter. Right. After this what he has given, the angular space between the shaft and the bearing is filled with an oil having viscosity. Viscosity here is mu is 0.9 poise, which is nothing but 0.09 Newton meter Newton second per meter square, right? It's because poise to Newton second per meter square is 1 by 10, right? 1 by 10 poise is Newton second per meter square here, right? Now, after this, what he has given is filled with an oil having this. Determine the power absorbed in the bearing when the rotational speed is 60 rpm. He has asked to find out power is how much, right? To find out power, what is the formula we have? Power P is equals to 2 pi nt divided by 60. Right? This is the power formula. In this, speed, speed he has given us, it is not 60 rpm, it is 600 rpm. This is 600 rpm, right? And n is 600 rpm. Right? N is 600 rpm here. Right? This is the question. Now, in this we don't know the torque. Right? To find out torque T is equals to F into R or F into D by 2 here. Now, we don't know the force. What is the formula to find out force? Force F is equals to tau into area. Right? We don't know tau also here. Right? What is the formula to find out tau? Tau is equals to mu into du by dy here. Right? Now, what is u? What is y? U is the linear velocity. Y is the distance between the or the thickness of oil film here. But we don't know the thickness, or else I will write this as mu into V by T. Mu into V by T here. Right? Now, U also we don't know here, right? V also we don't know here, right? V, to find out V, we have pi dn divided by 60 here, and also thickness also we don't know. T is nothing but d dash minus d divided by 2. Why I am saying this? Because I will show it in this. D dash is the diameter of this one. That is a footstep here, right? D dash is this one. So, thickness is what? D dash minus d or R dash minus R. But here we know D dash and D. So, I can write D dash minus D divided by 2. Two sides we have. But this is also a thickness here, T. So, I can write D dash minus T by 2 here, right? So, while I substitute this directly, I will write it here. First, I will find out T. Thickness is what? D dash minus D by 2, that is 0.05015 minus of 0.05 divided by 2. So, I will get thickness T is equals to 0.075 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. We got the thickness T. Now, velocity we will find out. Velocity is nothing but pi dn divided by 60 here, right? Pi into which diameter I need to take? Always remember which is rotating, take that diameter. Here the rotating is the shaft. So, I can write into 0.05 into n is 600 rpm divided by 60. So, I will get velocity V is equals to 0.5 into pi meter per second, right? Because at the one step we will be multiplying there again the pi. So, I will directly take it as pi into 0.5 meters, right? This is what the velocity V we have. Right? After that, we need to find out tau. Tau is equals to mu into V by T here. That is, mu is what? Mu is 0.09 Newton second per meter square. 0.09 into velocity is 0.5 pi divided by thickness T. T we got as 0.075 into 10 raised to minus 3. Right, this is tau here. Right, tau I'll get as 1883.52 Newton per meter square. Right. After this we got tau, we need to find out the force F. F is what? F is equals to tau into area. Area, first I'll write a tau. Tau is 1883.52 into area. Which area I need to take? Area which is in contact with the fluid. Right? The area which is in contact with the fluid is nothing but the circumferential area. So I need to take this area as pi T into L. Right? This will be the area here. Right? So I write pi into D is the diameter of shaft, 0.05 into length is 100 mm, that is 0.1 meter here. So I'll get F as 29.586 Newton. 29.586 Newton. Right. Now after this I need to find out torque. Torque T is equals to F into R. Right. F here is 29.586 Newton into R is nothing but D by 2. D is 0.05 divided by 2. So I'll get torque T is equals to 0.7387 Newton meter here. We got the value of torque. Right. After that we need to substitute in power formula. Right. Power P is equals to 2 pi nt divided by 60. Right. That is 2 pi into n here is 600 rpm into torque T is 0.7387 divided by 60, 2 pi nt divided by 60. So the power P is equals to 46.41 watts. Right. This is how we find out the power. Right. Or else we have the direct formula. Right. This is the formula what we have, that is mu into pi cube d cube n square L divided by 60 into 60 into T. You can use directly this formula. Right. So remembering of this formula is quite difficult because we all of us we know these formulas. Right. We are familiar with these formula, so we can directly use this formula to find out the answer. Right. Thank you.